What's going on, everybody? You have Tone here, back with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be my FBL Season 2 week number 7 team builder and battle, where this week we are taking on Amatearasu and the Washington Ruination. Be sure to check it out in the description down below, as well as all the other coaches taking part in the FBL. Now, after getting our butts handed to us last week by Spectrier, we're looking to rebound after taking only our second loss of the season and trying to inch closer to securing a playoff spot. And going up against Amatearasu's team, it is not going to be easy. She does have a wide variety of offensive threats. Between Iron Bundle, which outspeeds everything on my team, barring Hisuian Electrode. I'm facing Cinderace again for the second time this season. The person who originally had Cinderace ended up dropping it because someone else ended up dropping Dragapult. So the person who had Cinderace, I believe it was Cherry, dropped Cinderace, and now Cherry has Palafin and Dragapult on the same team, but that's a different story. So Amaterasu ended up picking up Cinderace after that whole transaction went down. So I'm facing it again in my division for the second time this season. The first time I played it, though, it didn't really do anything after I crippled it with Thunder Wave, though. This time, that sort of strategy won't be happening just because the competition of Materasu's team doesn't really allow me to para-spam as freely. Like, technically I could, but it doesn't really benefit me in the long run. Regardless, though, the team I did end up building for this matchup still felt pretty good as far as I'm concerned. There is some threats I do have to worry about. Again, Cinderace is one, Iron Bundle is another, as well as Terra Sandy Shocks is probably like one of the more underrated Terra captains. While it doesn't really have a way to like boost itself, it's still a formidable threat, and it's actually one of the main things I'm expecting to come, just because electric plus ground already hits everything bar stuff like Landorus, Hisuian Electrode, and my Hydreigon. And the one thing all three of them have in common, they're all weak to ice. So I'm expecting Terra Ice to definitely come in this matchup, or Terra Fairy, but I'll get into that in just a second. So onto the team I ended up building for this week. First off, we have a Choice Specs Iron Valiant. Straightforward. While she does have 2 Fairy Resists in the Cinderace and even the Glamet, I'm not really expecting Glamet to come. It doesn't really do much in terms of match. It doesn't really match up well against what I currently have on my team. It just seems like it gets overwhelmed way too often. So leaving Glamet out of the picture, the team doesn't really have the best responses to Specs Moonblast. Yes, there is a Cinderace, but unless Cinderace is guaranteed EV to be taking hits from Iron Valiant, this set does work against her team. Choice Specs Moonblast does a lot of damage to her team. Aura Sphere is basically just there to guarantee one to hit the Hisuian Goodra super effectively, as well as the Dunsparce. The Side Shock is basically only there as a means of like bypassing stuff like maybe Calm Mind Drifblim to a lesser extent, but it's more so a filler move as far as I'm concerned. And then the last move is Trick, just to cripple one of the slower defensive Pokemon on her team. Very straightforward: max attack, max special attack, max speed, to ensure having a means of outspeeding max speed a Zelf. So yeah, this is my breaker. Next up, I needed something that can take not really take hits, but having a means of revenge killing the 2 Pokemon on her team faster than my Valiant, being the Bundle and the Cinderace. So that's where Choice Scarf Landorus comes into play. Earthquake is pretty spammable against the team. The only real Earthquake resist is the Wo-Chen, which I can U-turn out on if it's not Terra'd. And if it does Terra to anything that doesn't resist flying, then Earthquake is a lot more spammable against the team. Granted, there is a Zelf and the Drifblim to deal with. That's why I have Stone Edge, to have a means of hitting both of those things, at least neutrally on one end. U-turn for momentum, and then the last move I have is Stealth Rock. Just if I have the opportunity to get rocks up to try to pressure her team, then I will try to get those up and not try to bluff being Scarf. We are max HP, as always, just to be able to take as hits as best as possible. 100 EVs in speed with a Choice Scarf lets me guarantee outspeed Bundle and Cinderace, trying to creep a max speed Iron Valiant, and the rest is thrown into attack with Adamant Nature just to hit as hard as I possibly can. Next up is my Heatran. Heatran's role is specifically sort of twofold here. So a theme that I try to put together when I built this team was trying to make it as anti-Ditto proof as I possibly could. This Heatran set is one of those anti-Ditto proof sets. As you can tell, I have no way of hitting myself. So if Ditto does come to the match and tries to imposter my Heatran, trying to revenge kill me with Earth Power, she find that she cannot do that because I don't have Earth Power. Lava Plume and Flash Cannon is really all I need in this matchup, just because it hits everything on the team neutrally except for Cinderace, which I'll get into in just a second. Taunt is there to ensure that stuff like the Dunsparce can't go for Recover or Glare. Same thing applies to Garganacl going for Rocks or Recover. And then we have Protect in the fourth move. And Protect is twofold. One, it helps me scout out certain moves on her opponent's team. But the main concept of Protect on this set is to guarantee... if Cinderace comes in versus my Heatran, I'm expecting that thing to want to have High Jump Kick as a means of hitting my Heatran super effectively, as well as my Hydreigon. So what I can do is I can Protect on the High Jump Kick, force the Cinderace to lose half its HP from High Jump Kick, and then I can pivot out to something like my Slowbro or my Landorus right afterwards. Everything else on the team, though, is pretty straightforward, though. If hazards are not up on my side of the field, with the 244 HP and 44 defense, I can guarantee take a Soul Cure into an Earthquake from Garganacl, from uninvested Garganacl, 100% of the time, as long as I don't get crit. Covert Cloak is also here to guarantee that Soul Cure's secondary effect does not come into play, as well as other secondary stuff like the Dunsparce going for like a Body Slam or whatever. 156 EVs in special attack lets me always 2 KO Spadef Garganacl with Flash Cannon, and the 60 Spadef EVs lets me guarantee take 2 Expert Bell boosted Azelf Water Pulses after Stealth Rock, and the 4 EVs are just thrown into speed for filler. Nothing much else to say about that. Next up is one of my main win cons, I guess you could say, and that is my weakness policy Slowbro with Surf, Psyshock, Flamethrower, and Trick Room. This is again another anti-Ditto measure. Not only for the sense of this set having Trick Room, but the sense of my 3 attacking moves, I cannot hit Slowbro resists all 3. So again, another situation where Ditto can't come in and imposter me and try to revenge kill me with any random move. So that's the idea with Slowbro. The idea is basically pop my weakness policy on someone like Cinderace's U-turn, which is the main target I'm hoping to have this thing activate on. Ideally, I would like to avoid having it activate on like Wo-Chen, unless it's like a knockoff, or even Freeze Dry from Iron Bundle, if I can help it. So if I can just get the weakest policy to activate, get up a Trick Room, and have a few of the defensive checks to Slowbro weaken, this set does a lot of work. The 244 investment in HP along with 28 in defense with a bold nature, it just basically lets me take stuff like +2 U-turns from Cinderace, since it has to sort. If it's Sword Stance, then it's Libero, it has to become a normal type. So no matter what, I can just eat the +2 hit from the U-turn, which does like 70 max. And I think I also take I have a slim chance of taking 2 gunk shots from unboosted Cinderace as well. The 28 special defense EVs, if I have to, I can take a modest freeze dry if it means I have to activate my weakness policy if Cinderace is gone. I have like a 6.3 chance of being OHKO after Stealth Rock, but if there is no hazards up on the field and Iron Bundle is modest and unboosted, with no booster energy or any other boosting item, freeze dry does not OHKO this Slowbro. And then on top of that, I also have 44 EVs in speed to guarantee outspeed Garganacl, uninvested Garganacl, so I can revenge kill it with Surf if it's in range of going down to that hit. So this is also really nice that I don't have to show that I'm Trick Room, and I still have the means of revenge killing stuff like Garg if it does show up. Next up is my, I also forgot to mention, Terra Steel is basically just there to ensure that if I already have weakness policy up, Bundle can't revenge kill me with Freeze Dry, neither can Wo-Chen with its Dual Stab. Then I have my Assault Vest Hydreigon. This is the main thing I have to take hits from the Sandy Shocks. Like I said, if Sandy Shocks is going to come this matchup, I'm expecting it to be Terra Ice, because it does hit all 3 of my hits all 3 of the Pokemon on my team that resist Electric plus Ground. And yeah, I don't really need speed in this matchup. Like, Drifblim could come, but the thing is, Drifblim's matchup is, again, very iffy between Gengar outspeeding it, Hydreigon outspeeding it, and then I have like a bunch of multitude of stuff that could easily just wear that thing down. So I'm not running any speed on it at all for Drifblim, because like I said, if Drifblim comes and it's like special doesn't do much to Hydreigon at all, just because of the fact that Hydreigon for the most part resists every single special attack that Drifblim has at its disposal, with the exception of its flying stab, which I think for the most part is just Air Slash. And if it's physical, then that means that its boosting options are very limited, and I can still 2-hit KO with Dark Pulse. But yeah, so that's why I'm not caring that much about trying to outspeed Drifblim, because I just don't feel like the matchup is there for it to do anything. So as for the investment here, with the Assault Vest and the 108 HP EVs and 236 in Special Defense EVs, I can guarantee take 2 Terra Ice Terra Blast from Sandy Shocks if it's timid, and I'm expecting it to be timid, or else it would be a modest. Having a Sandy Shock slower than Hydreigon's a big question mark, especially if you're Terra Ice, and that's also why I have Flamethrower on this set. If it Terra Ices, then I can 2-hit KO with Flamethrower, and it can't 2-hit KO me with Terra Ice Terra Blast. That's what the investment's for, and then the rest I just threw in a special attack just to do as much damage as possible with my attacks. This is also the sort of third anti-Ditto measure. As you can see, like, the only move that Hydreigon has on set that hits it so effectively is U-turn. So yeah, if it means taking super effective chip from U-turn for momentum purposes, just to get the slower U-turn out in some situations, then yeah, I will take that. So that is the Hydreigon, and then finally, making its return from last week, had to bring back the big boy, the good old Crabominable here, rocking Iron Fist and Punching Glove this time, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Substitute, and Bulk Up. This set is pretty good, and for the most part, the combination of Crabominable's Dual Stab hits everything on her team neutrally, which is pretty crazy. And then, not to mention, even though I am adamant uninvested and no attack EVs whatsoever, Iron Fist boosted and Punching Glove, they do stack on top of each other, so Drain Punch can basically just knock out Iron Bundle if it does not have a massive amount of defensive HP investment. And the best thing about this is Iron Bundle does not knock me out in one hit with Hydro Pump, even if it does have a booster energy boost from a special attack boost from Booster Energy. It does not knock out this Crabominable, which is insane. It's just crazy how bulky this thing legitimately is. And then the last two moves are just mostly fillers. Sub is nice just to, in the case of like, just basically just another, not really anti-Ditto measure, but it does have the ability to force some switches depending on what she decides to bring. And if my sub is broken by like Soul Cure or whatnot from Garganacl, then I can bulk up in its face. So yeah, that's also the premise behind these last two moves here. They're mostly filler, but I didn't really need any other coverage on Crabominable because Dual Stab does so well in this matchup. EVs, max HP to be as bulky as possible, 140 EVs in speed to guarantee outspeed, stuff like uninvested the Dunsparce and even uninvested Hisui and Gudra, and the rest is thrown into special defense to take hits better from stuff like the Bundle and the Wo Chen. So yeah, that is the team. Be sure to check out my opponent in the description as well as all the coaches in the FBL. And with that out of the way, let's head on over to the battle. Alright guys, so here we are with our battle for week number 7 of the FBL, taking on Amatearasu, or Cynthia, and her Washington Ruination. And yeah, this is more or less what I was expecting. Yeah, pretty much. Noah's Elf, there is a Garganacl over the Dunsparce, that's what I was predicting. But everything else I got correct. I did say if she led, if she brought herself, I would lead Heatran, but that's not the case anymore. I think my safest lead would probably just be Landorus. I am Choice Scarf, so I should outspeed everything on her team. And hopefully my late game weakness policy Slowbro does come into clutch. There is no Ditto, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about anti-Ditto shenanigans. I think she is going to lead off with either Cinderace or Shocks. There's also the potential of her leading off with the Goodra if she's like Sugarberry. But in any case, good luck, have fun to Cynthia. Let's see what she leads off with. Keely Jones, the Sandy Shocks. Okay. So, we get the Intimidate off. We don't see a booster energy. I am fairly concerned about this thing being potentially Scarf, because she has the Guard, which could be Rocks. This could be Scarf with Terra Ice, which would suck. Kind of wish I let off with Crab, but that's okay. I don't want to risk that though. I could have let off with Valiant too, because there's no Fairy Resist, but it's fine. So let's just go into... well, Hydreigon does take 2 hits from... Hydreigon does take 2 hits from this Shocks if it is Terra Blast Ice. The only way I don't is if it's Specs or something. I just don't want to risk the... exactly. I don't want to risk Scarf Terra Ice, Terra Blast. Yeah, exactly. I knew it would be Terra Ice. So yeah, I'm going to take a shit ton here. Like, Terra Blast me for my life. There we go. This shouldn't 2 a KO me. And it doesn't. 107, 181 to 107. That's 74 points of damage. So I can take another one and go for a Flamethrower. This does make my matchup against Bundle a little bit iffier, but at the same time though, I do value getting off damage on this. So let's just go for the Flamethrower. Okay, she is going to withdraw. So it makes me think that this is Scarf. Coach Beard. Okay, guard play is fine. No damage, no burn. And we will just go for the U-turn. I at the very least want to keep this, its helmet. Okay, so I should have just hard switched them. I wonder what a Rocky Helmet does for the Guard. Is it for Crab? Maybe. But let's just go into Heatran. Okay, good body press. Really good body press. So let's go for the Flash Cannon here. If she goes into Cinderace, she goes into Cinderace. She doesn't. So this is a 2 KO. No. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I am Covert Cloak. So yeah. Go for another Flash Cannon. Ideally what she does is she goes into Cinderace here on the next Flash Cannon. So I can go for Protect to see if she has high jump kick. Body press with a really good bring though. So what's the real issue? I guess the real issue is the Sandy Shocks potentially being Scarf. Okay, so she gives me Guard, so down goes the Garganacl. So Heatran KOs Garganacl. Excellent. Alright, so that's one less thing to worry about for my Heatran. In comes the Cinderace. I am expecting this thing to have high jump kick, so we will go for the... Let's go for Protect. You can see high jump kick. It's probably a U-turn. It is high jump kick. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just what I wanted. So we protect and it loses half its HP. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now then. Do I go for another one? No, I don't go for another one. And it's too early to It's way too early to go out into Slowbro here. Let's just go into Landorus. Let's just go Lando. With the Sandy Shock's Terrestrialize already, I don't have to worry about the Wo Chen terroring at any time. So yeah, Hydrate again, that's nothing. And we will just go straight for... Earthquake, I don't believe kills. But if she goes into Wo Chen though, what's my play? If she goes into Wo Chen... Oh yeah, okay, I know. If she goes into Wo Chen, I just go into, Huh? Okay, I think I miscounted something. Because her Cinderace is faster than my, Landorus. Okay, so back out comes the Sandy Shocks. And this is probably just going to go for the, Terrablast. Is Heatran's job done here? What do I need more? Heatran or Hydreigon? I kinda want to keep Heatran for the Wo Chen. But at the very least... No, I'll go Heatran. I want to at the very least see if she Terra Blasts into Earth Power. If she raw Earth Powers things done on her. Yeah, okay, so just there's the Terra Blast. This is fine. That's 14. So now I get to see whether or not it's Scarf. My best play would just be a quick Lava Pool. So I get to see whether or not she's Scarf. If she's not, she's not. Yeah, okay. So I get that information. So Sandy Shocks, KOs, Heatran with Earth Power. I'm okay with that exchange. So now I know it's not Scarf. Which means I get to go out into my Valiant and click Moonblast. So, let's get our kill. Alright, so the way I see things is, because my Landorus was still slower than Cinderace, the Cinderace probably has max speed. So, I'm okay with that. Sandy Shocks is down. So Iron Valiant KOs Sandy Shocks. I imagine the bundle comes in, or if the Cinderace comes in, it's going to have Gunk Shot. Still too early though for the Slowbro, and I'm okay against the Oh, this is actually really good. No, because if she goes bundle here... No, she goes back into Cinderace. Okay. So this makes me think that this is going to have Gunk Shot. I'm really surprised though. So yeah, she's definitely... Like, yeah, I don't like this. Like, go into what's it called? Landorus. I can imagine the U-turn coming out. This is actually a problem, because she's just going to U-turn or just Power Balls. Yeah, but the other issue is now, Is it too early? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. So yeah, let her kill me. Or not. I'm surprised she didn't go for the kill. I mean, this is good for me. Because something's taking an earthquake, unless it's Air Balloon Goodra. Oh yeah, it's this. Tablet yeah. 20% or 15, whatever. Let's go into Hydra. Yeah, we're going to Hydra. I'm not going into it. The other thing I could have did was sack this, but I want to keep the, if I'm able to outspeed at least the bundle, I should be okay. At least one. Eject pack? Are we eject pack on this? It is sweet mother of Jesus! Oh, calm down, little lady. Calm down. God damn. It was life. She wanted my slow bro dead. My God. She wanted my slow bro dead. I should have clicked Dark Pulse. Back out comes the Cinderace. Yeah. I could sack, is the play to sack Landorus now? I could also just sack this. I could go, I could sack, yeah, let's actually do that. Yeah, kill my Hydreigon. Take me out. Yeah. Like, I mean, I had other outs, but Cinderace, KOs, Hydreigon with U-turn. Like what was the alternative, right? Ideally they go bundle, right? Ideally they go bundle so I can go Crab and Drain Punch. Roy Kent, that sounds like bundle. There's the boy. There's the booster energy. God damn. Oh, it's speed boosting. Wow, everyone's so afraid of Valiant. Oh my God, this is crazy. All right, let's see what you got. Show me Snowscape or something. Look at the little derpy boy. And the miss. Oh no. Goodbye! That is unfortunate. Crabominable KOs Iron Bundle with Drain Punch. Well, that was short-lived. Okay, so this endgame is going to be a little bit trickier now. Because there is a Life Orb Wo-Chen, a Cinderace that is faster than my Scarf Landorus, and the problem is... Actually, there is no problem. I just sack Lando. Yeah, I sack Lando here. You did your job, Landorus. I should have been a lot more aggro, but it's fine. Get the Intimidate off, go for your Pyro Ball, take me out. Cinderace KOs Menace with Pyro Ball. Alrighty, now I go Slowbro and Trick Room. This is going to do a shit ton. Actually, I should have went Valiant. Pyro Ball, U-turn, high jump kick, Gunk Shot? I'm not entirely sure. But let's Trick Room up still. This is going to do a shit ton of damage. Never mind. It did no damage. There's the weakness policy. The main thing I wish I did was get off damage on the Goodra. That's like the one thing stopping me. Lasso, Ruination, Tablet Ruin, doesn't matter. I Trick Room. And then I will Terra, and I will Flamethrower. So yeah, like I said, I really wish I got some damage off from the Goodra, but she never sent it out. So, Terra Steel activates. Hopefully Flamethrower kills. It does not kill. But we got the restore. Good. Oh, it dies to Life Orb recoil. So that's cool. Lochan dies to Life Orb recoil. So in comes the Goodra. I have to click Flamethrower here. I mean, the best case scenario, she's running speed on this, but I doubt it. That did 25%. These leftovers. Oh, I think I'm gonna lose this one. Goodra KOs Slowbro with Body Press. I think there's still 2 turns of Trick Room left too. Let me check. Oh, this is the last turn of Trick Room. The absolute last turn of Trick Room. And we lived on 5. Okay, so this is going to be a 1-0. Because the Trick Room's going to end. Trick Room ends, I become faster. So yeah, it just comes down. It comes down to whether or not the Cinderace has Gunk Shot. But I don't think it matters. Cause I definitely do not live a hit from the. I don't live a hit from Gunk Shot. Yeah. So it's gonna come down to another miss. Anyway. Crabominable, KOs, Ultra. Yeah, so it's just gonna go Pyro Ball into what? Gunk Shot. So yeah, that's the game. Well, we kept it close, and my strategy almost worked, but yeah, I really need to try to get damage on the Guja, but she never sent it out. Cinderace, KOs, Crabominable, and Valiant's just going to die to Gunk Shot. But it's definitely faster. Gunk Shot's going to kill me. So yeah, what can you do? Really fun game, really fast one. What else can I say? Oh. Why did I click Moonblast? Oh god, I won! Okay. No Gunk Shot, so I won. Oh! Oh, Lord of Mercy. Wow! That was a shocker. Why did I... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I clicked Moonblast there. I just assumed it had Gunk Shot and it didn't matter because I thought she was gonna hit me. So yeah. So, is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure, I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't miss any kills. But yeah, that was a quick one, and that came down to the wire. What else can I say? But Specs Valiant came through, and I really wanted the Slurbo to do more than intended. I really wanted it to pop off, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But thankfully, the double fighting core of Iron Valiant and Crabominable came through clutch, and I am happy about that. GG, of course, to my opponent. Be sure to check her out in the description down below. Check out all the coaches taking part in the FBL. We are now 5-2 with 2 weeks to go, and the push to the playoffs it's coming down to the wire now, and hopefully with this, we have now guaranteed a above 500 record, and on top of that, I think another win would guarantee us a for sure playoff spot. But again, that's going to be it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and until the next time, this is Tone, signing out for now. Peace out.